Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, back again for another said Prox guide of the Phantom Hourglass. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went and crossed on into with the Isle of Dead, and from there we got a specialized charm from the Ghost Knight of Brant, and since we went and headed all the way over here now to the Isle of Ruins, that cyclone is now finished, and we can go and head right on into our way and do some exploration within this place. Now, while we are going to be seeing from our little mini-map that we got, there is quite a bit of pyramids to be located around within here, and that does mean that there is going to be more of those said ghost knights, and I'm pretty certain that we have never really met up with those said ghost knights yet, just except for Brant, and that was about it during the very beginning. But now we have to go and meet up with Max. I want to say another guy by the name of Bremier, and then another guy of Dolan as well. Now Mutoh is going to be a part of this area as well, and he's going to be the said king, and we are going to have to head into his temple, which that is going to be holding out with a said pure metal, which that's going to be there. And that one is going to be the said type of pure metal that we are going to have to go and basically pick up from there. And within the next video, we should be able to then go and see what our Phantom Sword is going to be. Now, I want to say that once we go and do get that Phantom Sword, we are going to have to at least get back into the groove of doing some side stuff, because I want to make sure that we at least have all the different hearts as we go along. And before we go and actually battle out with Bellum, is have all the max type of hearts that we do need and be fully ready for anything that's going to be coming against our way. And not only that, but we can't forget that we also do have these said fairies to get their level ups as well, because I know that currently right now we're kind of in the in a sad type of state right now where we only just have Leaf at this point in time that does have the type of level upgrade that we do have for right now. But we will be making sure that hopefully with the other said fairies on our inventory team, we'll be able to get themselves boost up so that they can be overpowered as well, so that we can be fully ready for anything that is going to happen along within our time here. Now, within these two videos for today, not only are we just going to be doing that with our time of the Phantom Hourglass game, but we are also going to have to go and do some things with Rayman Legends as well. So, hope you guys do go and check out on that. I know that currently right now, we should be getting ourselves just a little bit more closer into finishing off with the Teensy in Trouble chapter that's going to be happening throughout Rayman Legends, which that would be nice. So far, we've only went and came across only, I want to say, just one of the different Rayman origin levels, but so far, at least it's just one, but we'll try to at least pick them up as we go along. I know it's very hard for the RNG stuff to be happening from here. And this episode is going to be a little bit longer than normal, and that's just because that there is just so much amount of backtracking to go and do, and so many other type of chests to go and be on the look for. It did take a little bit of some time for me to just go and try to finish off with this whole entire place. And also, too, mind you, you can't also forget that with the boss that's going to be here, is that we are going to have to be facing some sort of big, huge Colossus type of guy that's going to be around, and we are going to have to pick up with the set upgrade, which that is going to have to be with the hammer. And this guy could be a little bit of a challenge if you're not all that too careful, because you are going to have to use both screens so that you can try to make sure exactly where you're going to be landing the hammer hit. But we'll be getting ourselves a little bit nice, good, well tutorialized throughout the temple to at least somewhat make sure how the hammer is going to be used for. So yeah, so since we just went and just talked on over to one of the other said ghost knights there, he's going to be able to open up with another said type of passageway, which we can now go and head around over here and do some other said exploration around within our time. Now, there's going to be two different pathways at some point. We go and head on into the next type of area from here. And one place is going to actually take you all the way into heading back into this original place. And then you're also going to have one other area, which that is going to be leading us to the other said ghost knight that will be happening from here too. So I think for right now, for what we're going to do is actually head on into the backtracking way and see what that is going to be all entailing. Just be a little bit careful of the said stealth bosses. They are going to be back here once again. Since they are going to be showing up from time to time, we are going to be seeing them from here as well. And it looks like we got some sort of new mini blends within the time too. But again, these guys are really not much of a problem. We've already went and battled out with some of these mini blends from the last time, and they weren't really that much of an issue since we went and did, well, since we met up with them all the way back since like the Fire Temple, right? Or somewhere around there, or like the Isle of Gust. I can't really remember. But again, we've already went and already cleared those guys out, like no problem. But after a little bit of some time here, we now finally got ourselves now with Dolan's Temple, and this is where we're gonna have to be a little bit careful for anything boulder related. I'm pretty certain that majority of this type of temple right here does have a lot of traps, so you want to be a little bit careful. But so far we already went across on through the boulders and also with the arrows, but unfortunately there was some trap doors that did go and show up alongside here. There's no other said type of treasure chest or anything, so you basically don't have to really worry about that. It's just kind of just watching out for any enemies or said traps that are here. But now we can go and head all the way up into the 2F area, and this is where we are going to be meeting up with that said Dolan guy. And you guys remember from before when we met up with that other previous ghost knight that was just around within the very beginning of the Isle of Ruins here. He's now going to go and pass us a special type of key, which this is now going to have to go and give us all the way back over towards to that previous area. And finally putting that key into that little pedestal place, and that is now going to be able to at least somewhat take care of actually draining all of this water here in Brimir's temple. So let's just go and do that now, and make sure that all the water gets drained out, and then that does mean that we do have another said place to do some more other exploration with. And let's go and do that now. So there we go, all drained up. And we'll go and see Brimir one more other time before we go and leave. And there it is. So now Celia's going to let us know that, hey, we can even go and walk around through here. And there's going to be some boulder puzzles that we are going to have to move on into. And not only that, but there is going to be some other little mini treasure chests that you should be on your way as well. Because again, mind you, we are on trying to figure out where most of these other said spirit gems are going to be. So we'll be encountering out with, I want to say with maybe a few here and there, I think. I don't know how many amount of spirit gems that I did go and find around over here. I think I may probably have found just like a wisdom gem or something. I don't even know if there was anything else, but so now we're gonna have to go and use this boulder here. So we're gonna have to do this a little bit of some time. Unfortunately, you do have to go and make sure to line that up properly. But not to worry, this boulder will always come back. So it's not like the one other said boulder that was all the way into the time of the Ocean Temple, where if you do go and do it once, I'm pretty certain you do have to go and head back from the door. But for this one, it will just keep on magically popping back. So that's all good, and now we're just going to have to do this just for another time, and this will actually take us to the said chest for a spirit gem over on that side. But we're going to head over here, though, and we're going to kind of see what is happening along within our way, and we're going to go and open up with another said bridge. So that's like another little detour spot to get us back into for whatever we need to do next. But for right now, let's just go and reach all the way over here. And let's see the chest now, which we should be able to go and meet up with. So there we go. And just like that, we got ourselves with a wisdom gem. Always good to see. I'm pretty certain that by now, I think we will be picking up with our 10th courage gem as well, which that'll be really nice, because then we can finally be able to get what we do need for Celia there. Alright, so here we are now in Max's temple. And for what we're going to have to do with Max here, it seems like, let's see what he needs to say first. So yes, he is the first of the knights here. And it looks like there is going to have to be a said trial. Now, this type of trial here is that we are going to have to go and meet up with all of the different slates. Now, before we couldn't have went and seen the slates because all the water was kind of taking over all the different stuff that was happening around within here. But now, since the water is gone, we can go and meet up with those said slates. Now, I'm not going to show you guys every single type of slate that there is. I'm just going to kind of just show you guys exactly what we can go and do within the said secret door that is this way. And all that we're gonna have to kind of do is actually make somewhat of like I want to say somewhat of like the Walt culture symbol, because if you guys ever watched Walt culture before on YouTube, and you guys have ever seen what their logo kind of looks like, it's like we're gonna kind of make almost like somewhat of what their logo is gonna be. And I'll show you guys how exactly what we need to go and do around within here on our map. So all that I'm going to go and do is I'm going to just kind of put some ink spots around within our way. And if you guys see like that little maze area, like down on the bottom left hand corner right there, all that we're going to have to go and do is that we're just going to have to mark all of our numbers here. And I think that there's like 5 different specialized slates that are here. So we're going to have to just mark them down. So we have 2 for there. We have 4 on that side. And then I believe there's also 3 on that side there. And I know that like I'm just trying to like kind of mark all of this stuff. So this may probably take a little bit. But we're going to probably have to do that again. Because we are still missing out on 5. Which I believe 5 will be a little bit lower towards to where the 4 is going to be. And then you guys are going to be kind of seeing how exactly this symbol is going to get made here. It's pretty nice that currently right now, like where our hearts are at, there's not really too many other hearts that we're missing. Because I know that we're still missing the boat one. I know that we're still missing out on the one that's over with specialized beetle. Yeah, so not really too much other things there. So yeah, so now we got ourselves with 5 and 1. And now we're just going to have to kind of make a line and just see exactly how this is going to kind of play out. And hopefully with all of this being said in mind, we'll actually have the better type of drawing that we do need. Yeah, and this should actually be the last of the doors as well. And I'm pretty certain I don't think there is going to be another set type of red door that we're going to be meeting up with anytime soon, not from what I've seen. Because like I know that from before we've seen what the Phantom Hourglass door was all about. We got to see what the Triforce door was all about. Now we're going to have to go through this type of one, which is a little bit annoying with the backtracking. But once you figure all of it out, it should be hopefully a nice good breeze throughout here later. Man, I didn't know how long this was actually going to be. I should have probably kind of edited this down a little bit more than what I should have. But it's okay. I'm pretty sure that by the time that we have it here, we'll have all the lines all set up and ready to go. So yeah, so basically right now we're just kind of just marking our lines together. Just kind of putting all the things all attached for right now. And then that should look something like that. So there we go. So it almost looks like a square, but it just kind of has like a button taken out of it. And that's what we're literally going to have to go and draw right on this said door. So here we go. So let's just make sure that we click right on into the door, and let's go and mark it down. And just like this, there we go. That should at least now give us a clear symbol that yes, the door is here. And now we can go and move on into it. All right. Yeah, just watch out for all the Stalfoses and all of that stuff that's going to be happening here. And now we got ourselves with Mutoh's Temple. That's just all the way up into this way now, too. So after a little bit of some Zora battles that we're going to have to go and face, we are now going to have to head all the way over directly to here, to the said door. And let's just go and move on into there. Okay, so here we go, Mutoh's Temple, and to start off with first things first in this area, we are going to have to light up on a bomb chew, and yeah, so basically we can't just go and just head all the way over to where the next bridge is going to be, because that's what the orb is going to launch us out for, and we only have just like about a few seconds of that said type of bridge here, but while we do have the bomb chew, well, we just made it right on over to this way, and all that we have to do now is just step on the switch, and there we go, and then that literally takes care of that. That has a detour spot so that we will be, for us to be able to go and head back over to there soon, but we do have a little bit of a gauntlet battle, so we are going to have to do a little bit of a fight here with the Stalfoses, and just like that, we should be able to get on our bridge, and it'll take us right over here to where a torch is going to be. And I believe that will actually take care of the first phase of what we're going to have to do. So now, for what's going to happen here, is that we are going to have to place another type of bomb or bomb chew here. And now we're just going to have to just kind of make sure that we get a beeline all the way over here to the bridge before it disappears. And now, just make it over here into this way. And this is where the other said torch is going to be. But we're going to have to battle out with some more Stalfoses though. And there we go. And just like that, already been taken care of. And we're already halfway into this episode. So, that's pretty good. I just went and completed off with my homework that I did need to do within the time of with me going over at my school. And I'm happy about that. Decided to make sure to go and clear off another thing out of my course load of stuff. I still have like quite a bit of other things to go to because like this is kind of like the month right now at this point for me to go and do my YouTubes is that things are going to be a little bit more difficult now since they're kind of putting in more different type of homeworks for me to go and do right now. But slowly but surely I am finishing them off so that I can be able to have enough time to get these videos out here to you guys for. But there we go, got ourselves one of those pearl necklaces. I know that we're still going to have to do some sort of side quest trading and whatnot with those at some point soon. But yeah, this whole area, just to be exact, is that here in the Isle of Ruins, is that it's going to be heavily put in with a lot of different likes here. There are so many likes in this area that I just can't even like them anymore. Like, these guys are just insane. They have, like, the stealing of the 20 roots. They have the stealing of the regular green roots. Yeah, you just want to be very careful with what you're going to be having to deal with those guys. At least the good thing is that with the regular likes, they're not around anymore. Because those guys would normally just eat up your shield, which that would not be good either, but... Yeah, this place I should have probably went out with is to get myself with at least some sort of specialized potion. And I think that would have helped us out big time. But you know what? It's fine. I'm all good with that. But now we're going to have to go and head through the door here. And now we got ourselves with a little bit of one of these type of footprint type of things here. And you guys may probably remember seeing these guys, I want to say all the way back in the Ocean Temple. And I know that we couldn't really go and do anything with them here because we never really got the said type of item that we do want. And now since we do have the hammer, we can actually be able to do quite a bit of things and hopefully be able to have a little bit of a nice, better experience through the Ocean Temple to make things faster for us now. And this hammer can actually go and do quite a bit of stuff. We will have to see a lot of different type of little mini gimmicks that are going to happen within the said hammer. Such as, for example, doing a little bit of a hammer type of puzzle that's going to be happening from most of the times that's going to be here in this area. And not only that, but we are also going to have to learn about how the button presses are going to work. Because if you guys remember back in Ocarina of Time, well, we did have a hammer before, and then that was able to go and hit all of those type of switches that are like really hard to like go and smash on down. Well, now we do have something like that here to go and help out within the said situation. So, over here in Mutoh's temple, there is going to be some other stuff that is going on within the said type of boulders here. We're going to have to make sure that we go and squish all these guys out of the way so that we can go and continue onwards with our said journey from here. So, just like that, smash down the boulder, we can go and head right on through this little pathway, and there is a locked door, so... We will have to make sure where exactly that key is going to be soon, but for right now, we're just going to have to make sure to get all these fast stealthos out of the way. Yeah, these guys just like to go and just do their head-on attack from here. They actually do get affected by the hammer as well, so if you are able to light up with a hammer pretty quickly, you can actually be able to knock them out pretty fast. But if you do hold down on your hammer and you do kind of wait for like a long amount of time, you will actually have a much bigger hammer to actually get a little bit of a much larger amount of damage off. And we are going to have to do that within some of those different hammer puzzles that's going to be happening, so just keep yourself aware on that. Oh yeah, and here it is. Here's a switch puzzle that we're going to have to do. That does take a little bit of some time. There's a lot of stealthos that do get shown up, and that's why I didn't really want to go and kind of waste out on too much time within here, because I want to make sure that we at least have a good enough depth of time for you guys to be able to go and we'll be able to go and watch everything here. So there's our last courage gem. Well, for the time being for right now, because now we can get ourselves with the level 1 for what we do need for Celia. Excuse me on that. I don't know if you guys just heard that burp there. I tried to at least somewhat try to calm down with the burp there, but unfortunately, sometimes you kind of have to just let it out. But But here we are. So here's some sort of random weird pyramid thing. Now, you can actually hit these guys with a sword, or you can actually hit them with an arrow as well. I don't know if a boomerang could probably also go and work around with those guys, but they kind of work in the same exact type of way of how you guys kind of saw one of those type of items or type of things from before. I think during the time of the Ocean Temple, where they had like one of those type of weird orby things they could go and use, and you could kind of light up with your different arrows on there. Well, for this one, all we're able to do here with this pyramid is just line them up, and we can actually change out the different areas of the water. And we're almost about to be losing our hearts over here too, which that is not good at all. And we do have an infinite amount of supply of arrows, so we are going to be able to have a lot of arrows alongside with us, just so that we can at least be able to do what we need to do here. But one of those type of hammer switch puzzles, from what we kind of got to see a little bit, for us to go and do something like this here, there will be a puzzle at some point that will tell us that we have to go in and do it in a way where we have to align everything all together, and that may probably take some time, because I know that when I first played throughout here in Mutoh's Temple in Phantom Hourglass, all the way back when this game like literally came out around the time on the Nintendo DS, this puzzle, I want to say throughout this temple, was really annoying just for that one, and just for that one alone, just to line up with everything, because it does take some time. So now what we're going to have to go and do here is that we are going to have to make sure that we go and step onto that switch down below there, and that should at least take us all the way into the next destination. So yeah, so there's nothing really else for us to go and do now, except for just doing something like this. And oh well, there is some stairs as well. Maybe we'll have to go down to the stairs first. Maybe not really worry about those type of switches there for right now. But yeah, so now we're just gonna have to do some moving around with these guys, and just like that, another bridge is already open. So we're already good with that. And let's go and head all the way up here. So yeah, so if you are running out of hearts, not to worry. Every type of place that you go and walk around into one of these locations, you should be able to go and you should be able to get some hearts from here. So yeah, just remember that type of little alignment of how that picture is going to be, because at some point you are going to have to raise up the water, and you won't actually be able to see what that picture is going to be anymore at that point. So there we go. We're just going to make sure to get some more arrows here. And now let's just go and light up on this. So yeah, remember these? Yeah, we've seen these before, but we're going to have to kind of do this again and actually make sure that these guys get turned around a little bit. Unfortunately, my boomerang skills are not as great as they used to be now, but we are going to have to do it once more. And that should at least light up on the pyramid thing to hit it again. And just like that, now we got the water to get risen up here. And now it's onwards to go and move around within this guy. So after a little bit of some time, now you got the actual alignment of that said type of part there. And then now, here we go. Once the actual door is down, we can actually go and start lowering down the water again, because this is what we are going to have to do. And let's see what we got here. And it looks like we got some of the big room. Nice. Always good to see those. I know that we're currently right now having quite a bit of rupees there. Look at that. We have like around like 2,000 rupees. I think by the time, once we are all said and done with this temple, we'll be able to do quite a bit of other different buying of stuff. So it looks like we can't really go and do anything with that for right now. It looks like we are going to have to break some sort of rock around within here. But let's go and see. Ah, well, there's something that we could go and do. So here's another little mini gimmick. Basically what we could do here is that we can actually move this rock all the way over onto one of these springboard things. And we're going to have to do this. And make sure to make it sure that it's all the way up on top of the pedestal. And then by the time that we go and do this, we should be able to have another type of way to start moving a little bit more in here. But we are going to have to do a much more bigger type of puzzle like that with a boulder at some point. I think just in a little bit, because we will be getting up to there soon. So here we go. And now since we made it all the way up into this type of way, we are going to now have to start moving directly over to the right hand side. And this is where we are going to have to do that boulder puzzle now, I think, here. Because if you guys remember, we did get a key. So now we are going to have to use that key for this particular part now. And just be careful, because you may potentially slip off, and I know that that's what happened to me. I slipped off the side, even though that I already went and moved the boulders directly over towards to where we do want. So there we go. So then we got that part there. Now we can just go and head up through the stairs, because that's what we're also going to have to do here. Line it up and hit it up like that. Just have to do this just another time as well. And I think by this point, we should be able to get it right up on the money there. What the heck? Yeah, sometimes like the hammer can be a little bit finicky sometimes, and since I am playing this on the Wii U, it kind of takes a little bit of some extra oomph just to go and do that. So now let's just go and push the boulder there, and let's just head all the way up to the stairs, and this is where we'll be able to get the key for what we do need for the boss key, for us to go about with that big huge gigantic colossus robot type of thing, or well, type of thing that's going to be showing up here. So now all that we have to go and do now is just make sure that we just jump off of this side, and we should be able to line ourselves up over here. So yeah, so again, this whole area has a whole bunch of Stalfoses in it. You will be running into a little bit of a problem, and if your key does actually get dropped off of this type of platform, not to worry, it's not actually gone forever. It will actually be located back at the last spot that you were at from the last time here. So what we're going to have to do now is just toss it over here to this guy. And there we go, and just like that, that other said boss key door is here for us to now go and head into the other last segment now. So I don't think there's really anything else too special around within that. I think we already went and taken care of it from before. That was just for the bridge, I think, when we went and first arrived there. Don't think there's anything else for like a treasure or anything, but here we go. Let's line it up. And here we are, just like that, we have made it to the actual way of where the teleportation part is going to happen. So if you ever do need to warp your way on out of here, which it would probably be a good enough time to do that. So if you are kind of in the need of getting a potion, which I know that for myself I could have probably done it, but you know what? I wanted to be a little bit more risky and actually just decided to just do this by myself. So let's go and do it here. Alright, and here it is. This is the big boy. This is this big, huge, gigantic colossus type of dude. We will actually get to see what his name is, actually, here within this part. So we got ourselves with Eox, the Ancient Stone. So all that we're going to have to do is that if you see all of his little red buttons here, we're going to have to use our hammer just for that. So just make sure to go across through his legs, just so that he doesn't have to go and see you exactly where you're going to be. And, yeah, unfortunately you will be able to get yourself injured throughout here, which that's not going to be great, but just try your best not to get yourself injured by them, and just keep on whacking them down as best you can here. And there we go, and we should be able to hopefully get his last hit here, just around on his stomach. His head part is going to be like kind of like the most annoying part out of all of it, but by the time that you already go and hit the hit his head there to get all the armor off, you should be good. But here we are. So now we went through his second phase, and that was just by having to press all the different buttons. But here's his third phase now. I'm just going to hit the top part of his head, and just like that, this man's already done. And at this point now, we already do have an extra more amount of minutes getting sent to our Phantom Hourglass here just right now. So, I think, what was it? The last time we had about, what? 18 minutes, I think, before, or something like that. So now, at this point now, we should have about maybe 20 minutes heading on into the Ocean Temple, which that should give us a fair bit amount of time anyways, because, like, to be honest with you, like, we're just going through the Ocean Temple now, and with the items that we do have, should make things very much quick than what it needs to be, unless if you don't get yourself hit by any of those type of annoying phantoms that are there, that will just cause more issues. But yeah, we should have plenty amount of time, though. Alright, and don't forget, because you do want to have a Narset Heart container along with your way. And let's go and head down over here. And let's meet up with Mutoh. Let's finally go and meet up with the ghost guy himself. And this is where I'm going to have to go and end off with the episode for today. So thank you guys so much for going and checking out here with Phantom Hourglass. Sorry that this episode was a little bit longer than normal. But however, we did go and get the pure metal that we do need. So that's all that I could really go out my way to say. So see you guys then, and peace.